Have you ever been misunderstood? Perhaps the other person just did not get what you were trying to say. They were completely missing the point, and you wondered what it would take for both of you to be on the same page. While Jesus was on this earth, he was constantly misunderstood. When he was just 12 years old, his parents had taken him to Jerusalem to the feast of the Passover, and on the return home, his parents noticed that he was missing and returned to Jerusalem to find him in the temple. 3 days later, when his parents questioned why he would do this to them, he replied in Luke 2:49, "Why were you searching for me? Didn't you know I had to be in my Father's house?" And verse 50 says, "But they did not understand what he was saying to them." His earthly parents did not understand him. His disciples often misunderstood the meaning of the different parables he taught, like the parables of the seeds and the sower, or the parable of the weeds. When Jesus warned against the yeast of the Pharisees and the Sadducees, the disciples thought he was talking about literal bread, but he was talking about the teaching of the Pharisees and Sadducees. His disciples also misunderstood his predictions that he must suffer many things and be killed. He was rebuked by Peter. The Samaritan woman thought Jesus was talking about literal water, but he was referring to spiritual life. In that same incident, when his disciples returned from getting food in the city, and Jesus said, "I have food to eat that you know nothing about," the disciples thought Jesus was talking about literal food, but he was talking about his Father's work. Even the religious leaders and authorities misunderstood what he said, and as a result, they rejected and plotted against him. I like what Michael Card says, and I quote, "Jesus is very interested in people believing without seeing or trusting his word straight on. He does not like people asking for signs. He does not like when the Pharisees ask for a sign in exchange for their unbelief. He won't do that. He wants people to believe without seeing. He wants us to have faith without having everything explained." So today, if you are feeling misunderstood, misjudged, misread, know that you are not alone. Jesus, throughout his whole ministry, was misunderstood, and he, more than anyone else, understands what you are experiencing. Psalm 147:3 says, "He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds." Isaiah 26:3-4, "You will keep in perfect peace him whose mind is steadfast, because he trusts in you. Trust in the Lord forever, for the Lord is the rock eternal." My friend, keep trusting and believing God, and take refuge in his word.